She had walked that road 100 times, past the mamamboga who always saved her the ripest tomatoes, past the boda boda stage where the men knew her by name, past the old acacia tree that leaned like it was listening to the town's secrets. Jane, 23, was walking home. It was an ordinary Tuesday. She had spent the day at the market in Lartown, arranging, selling, counting coins, dreaming small dreams about saving enough to go back to college. Her bag was light. Her feet were tired. The evening air carried the distant sound of drums. A traditional procession, she thought. Circumcision season. In Igembe, circumcision is more than a ritual. It is a passage. A moment when boys cross the threshold into manhood, into responsibility, into honor, into the duty of protecting their community. The men who walk in that procession are not initiates. They are the already made. The elders, the uncles, the community men who are supposed to show the boys what comes next. They are the standard, the example, the mirror into which a young boy looks and says, "That is who I will become." The men who broke away from that procession that evening were those men. And instead of showing the boys what honor looks like, they showed them something else entirely. They showed them that a woman on a road is a target, that a woman's body can be taken by a group and laughed about, that violence has no consequence, that the world keeps moving. And it did keep moving, because when that video spread from phone to phone and no one said stop, when people watched and scrolled on, when life went on as normal, the boys were watching too. They were learning that this is how men behave, that this is what goes unpunished, that this is what power looks like. This is how sexual violence is normalized, not in one moment, but in the silence that follows. In the forwarded video, in the turned back, in the lesson quietly written into a young boy's understanding of the world, that women can be raped and life goes on. It does not have to. Jane understood the procession. She respected it. She gave them space on the road and moved to the edge, the way women learn to make themselves smaller without thinking about it. She never made it home. A group broke away from the procession. They were loud, and they looked at Jane the way predators look at something they have already decided belongs to them. She ran. They were faster. What happened next on that dusty road outside Lairtown was not passion. It was not desire. It was not tradition. It was violence. Calculated, collective, cowardly violence. They took turns. They laughed. And when it was over, as if the horror of what they had done was not enough, one of them raised a phone. They filmed it. And then they shared it. Jane's worst moment, her pain, her tears, her body, became entertainment that traveled from screen to screen, from stranger to stranger, reaching people who watched and forwarded and said nothing. She had walked that road 100 times. She will never walk it the same way again. But Jane's story did not end on that road, and neither does our responsibility. If you watched that video, delete it. Sharing it is not curiosity. It is participation in her assault. If you are a survivor, you are not alone, you are not dirty, and what happened to you was never your fault. If you are a bystander, understand this. Sexual violence does not happen only in dark alleys. It happens on roads women walk every single day. Your voice, your report, your refusal to look away is what changes that. To community and cultural leaders, traditions that build must never be used as cover for those who destroy. Speak. Call it out. Protect the dignity of your right by refusing to let perpetrators hide behind it. To all of us, we must build a world where a woman can walk home without armor, without fear, without having to shrink herself on the side of the road. Jane deserved to make it home. So does every woman.